When you think of the words castle and Europe, several famous castles come to mind. These iconic strongholds are more visible than ever thanks to the growth of social media. The most famous castle in the world is Neuschwanstein, located near Munich, Germany, and is thought to have inspired Walt Disney's Cinderella Castle. In England, there's also Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle, both made renowned by the British royal family and their many generations of dominance. The extravagantly opulent Versailles Palace in Paris and Kronborg Castle in Denmark, the home of Shakespeare's Hamlet, are only two examples. There are, however, additional European castles than Neuschwanstein and Versailles. Europe is filled with one-of-a-kind castles and off-the-beaten-path treasures. You can find massive fortifications standing over old towns, ornate beauties hidden in the highlands, ruins on the seaside, historic strongholds teetering on the edge of cliffs, and more with little effort. You'll be hard-pressed to find one that doesn't pique your interest, whether you like to see it from afar, from a hiking trail, from the inner courtyard, from a boat, or just on your own 2 feet. Here are 10 castles and well-known castle destinations like Germany and Ireland, as well as less visited countries like Montenegro and Slovenia, that will have you arranging your own fairy tale ending, or at the very least planning your next vacation to these beautiful destinations. After watching this video, let us know in the comment section down below, which is your favorite castle. Number 10. Pels Castle, Romania. Pels Castle, high in the Carpathian Mountains, appears to be straight out of a fairy tale. Finding this elaborate beauty in the isolated forests, far from any huge cities, is a wonderful and unexpected surprise. Carol I, King of Romania, bequeathed the castle in 1873 after falling in love with the surrounding landscape. The castle took 10 years to construct and was immediately regarded as one of the most modern in Europe due to its amenities. Until 1914, additional work was done on the castle. You may now see the magnificently maintained interior. Look for the spiral staircase, as well as the adjoining Palliser Castle, a smaller hunting lodge. You might also just stare at Pels and picture yourself using it as a stronghold to battle vampires from, or is this just me? Number 9. Spis Castle, Slovakia. The ruins of Spis Castle can be seen high on the hills near the town of Spišské Podrady in Slovakia. Slovakia is much further off the beaten path than the others on this list, and it is underestimated as a tourist destination in general, frequently being overlooked in favor of the more well-known Czechia. Slovakia, on the other hand, is definitely worth a visit. The history and environment of Central Europe are iconic, and Spis Castle adds to this allure. Spis has inhabited the summit of a hill above a small village since the 12th century, and has been utilized as both a defensive fortress and an upper-class courtier destination at various points in history, lending it a decorative and defensive aspect. Although the castle is currently in ruins, numerous pieces have been conserved as a museum. It's old, wonderful, and in a place you'd never think to go. It's just for those in the know. Number 8. Cesky Krumlov Castle, Czechia. Although not as well known as its northern neighbor, Prague Castle, Cesky Krumlov Castle in southern Czechia has appeared in various films with good cause. The eye-catching pink tower soars over the Vltava River and the ridiculously gorgeous village of Cesky Krumlov. Cesky Krumlov is a well-maintained medieval town located on the same river that runs through Prague. The castle is this hamlet's greatest beauty, and the unique pink tower can be seen from miles around. When you go, look for the bears that live in the castle moat. Number 7. Karlstejn Castle, Czechia. Who knew Czechia had so many spectacular castles? Karlstejn Castle, a short rail journey from Prague, offers a truly medieval experience. Karlstejn, with its black roof and Gothic architecture, looms over the flat farmlands long before you arrive, like a gloomy giant. It will loom over you as you make your way from the train station through the small settlement below. Through food, the layout of the castle, and the relics on show, the castle hopes to transport you back to medieval times. Grab a few sausages to try. Go about the medieval courtyard and battlements, and keep an eye out for a blacksmith at work, executing his age-old craft. Number 6. Predjama Castle, Slovenia. Predjama Castle in Slovenia, about an hour south of the city, Ljubljana, is carved into a cave on the edge of a cliff and is possibly one of the most distinctive castles in the world. You read that correctly, in a cave. If that wasn't enough, the Slovene Robin Hood, Erasmus Luger, also known as Erasmus of Lug, famously lived and died here. He was able to elude the Holy Roman Emperor for so long because of a network of underground passageways that led through the cave in which the fortress was built. He was defeated, tradition has it, while on the toilet because he was betrayed. If this Game of Thrones-inspired story doesn't entice you to visit, keep in mind that treasure was unearthed on the castle grounds in 1991. Predjama Fortress is the stuff of tales, with a robber baron, buried wealth, secret passageways, and a castle constructed into the side of a cliff. Number 5. Bled Castle, Slovenia. Slovenia's Lake Bled is earning international prominence for its stunning beauty. It's simple to understand why. Crystal blue alpine lake, rich in history, a resort-like atmosphere, a famous island church, and a castle. While the island in the lake and its adjacent church are more iconic as symbols of Lake Bled and Slovenia, Bled Castle, which towers above the lake on a nearby rock, is equally beautiful. Bled Castle towers over the glacial lake, with the Julian Alps in the distance. The castle is said to be Slovenia's oldest, dating back to at least 1011. It now hosts weddings and significant political gatherings, and it has a restaurant, wine cellar, museum, and other amenities. What's the best part? The views from the castle are stunning, providing a unique vantage point for seeing the lake and neighboring mountains. Number 4. Castle Stalker, Scotland. Scotland is another country with a plethora of magnificent castles. While many of them are worth seeing, for example, Donan in the Highlands, the ones that you come into by chance seem even more amazing. Castle Stalker, located on an island in Loch Lech, is one such location. The modest tower is perched on a tiny island in a classic Scottish lake, with a stunning backdrop of mountains and the Highlands. Loch Lech, near Oban on Scotland's west coast, has housed the modest tower keep since 1320. Castle Stalker has a long and illustrious history, passing through the hands of numerous prominent Scottish clans such as the Stuarts and Campbells. Castle Stalker is now privately owned and difficult to explore. However, it may be seen from the shore at any time of year. Although Castle Stalker may appear difficult to get, it is conveniently located in the Argyll region, near several well-known Scottish locations. Number 3. San Giovanni Castle, Montenegro. San Giovanni Castle, commonly known as St. John's Castle, is located in Montenegro, high above the gorgeous Kotor Bay and the charming ancient town of Kotor. San Giovanni has a long and illustrious history as a fort since the Byzantine domination. The fortress has had Venetian conquerors, has been attacked by British forces, and was occupied during World War II. San Giovanni is now part of the larger Kotor fortifications, which reach down into the historic Kotor city walls. The fortifications were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979. The climb to the castle is difficult, but the views of Kotor, the bay, and the gorgeous Montenegrin mountains from the top are well worth the effort. Number 2. Ballinskelligs Castle, Ireland. Every turn in the road in Ireland seems to reveal a breathtaking view, a beautiful house, or, most of all, an ancient ruin. Ballinskelligs Castle, also known as McCarthy Moor Tower, is another of these ruins that is enhanced by its surroundings. Ballinskelligs Castle is located in Ballinskelligs Bay and is only accessible when the tide is low, though it may be seen from Ballinskelligs Beach. The tower is claimed to have been built as a bastion to protect against pirates rampaging along the Irish coast. A castle that blends the splendor of the Irish coast with pirates should be on your bucket list. Furthermore, the castle is located on the Ring of Kerry, one of the most gorgeous itineraries in the world. Number 1. Eger Castle, Hungary. Nestled amid the Valley of Beautiful Women is the town of Eger, Hungary. Eger is about a 2-hour train ride from Budapest, Hungary's capital. While Eger is not well known outside of Hungary, the city and its associated castle are steeped in history. The fabled site of the famous eponymous siege in 1552, in which the Hungarians stopped the invading Ottomans in their tracks, is Eger Castle. The month-long siege, which finally failed, halted additional Ottoman invasions for about another 50 years. Legend has it that when the Ottomans left, they recounted stories about the Hungarians and their strength, which they attributed to the Hungarian custom of drinking bull's blood for more vitality and force. This bull's blood was actually red wine, a specialty of the region known as Egribikever to this day. The castle is a short trek up from the charming little square, with stunning views of the city and valley. After touring the castle, head to the valley's famous wine cellars, where you may sample Egribikever and a range of other fresh local wines right from the source. Did you enjoy this video? If so, check out these other videos from Daily Top 10. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon to be notified of future uploads. Thanks for watching.